What's up, all my soldiers? We got a new section for all my people on my Soldier Nation. We got a section called Matrix Ain't Shit News Network. This is the best, newest news network on the fucking planet. You know why? Because we don't actually do no journalism at the Matrix Ain't Shit News Network. What we actually do is we go on Google News, look at other so-called journalists. Maybe they are journalists sometimes, but most of the time they just paid off. They just paid off. Just say what the fuck they gotta say. And they went to college for English and language arts and stuff like that. So they getting their college degree use in. So those are the two options. But with that being said, let's head over to Google News right quick. We're gonna start this off right now. Share screen. Going to Google News. Yes, sir. Google News. All right, there we go. We in the game. So on Google News, this is the Matrix Ain't Shit News Network. And today, we just gonna start off with the top stories. Well, every time, just so y'all know how this goes. We start off with the top stories, and then Google News lets you choose topics and topics that you're interested in that they'll send you news stories about. And that part is called For You. I'm gonna just skim over the headlines part, top stories part on Google News because it's mostly bullshit. You get what I'm saying? It is mostly some bullshit. Let me see. What the fuck does annotate, man? I don't want this shit to keep disappearing every time. Hide video panel, disable annotators for others, hide names of annotators, reactions, share sound, optimize for video clip, hide flighting. I don't want to hide it. I want to stop that shit from being hid. But anyway, with that being said, I guess that ain't gonna happen. Top news stories today are, according to Google, the top news stories today are Biden finds raising corporate tax rates easier abroad than home. Now, we know that's some bullshit. You don't want to raise the shit at home. You don't want to do that. And if you know anything about economics, and if you know anything about foreign exchange, then even if you raise the corporate tax rates everywhere else that these fucking billionaires, because we already seen the Panama Papers, even if you do raise the tax rates in all these other countries, you have to understand that, for one, these countries might not even have the fucking wherewithal to enforce these tax rates being risen, or even for these people to pay their fucking taxes. These people, these billionaires, millionaires who got their money offshores in these countries that you're saying is these countries that are abroad that Joe Biden, quote unquote, because I'm pretty sure this nigga's dead already, let's be real. He's saying that it's easier to do it abroad, and obviously it is, because of the fact that even if you raise the tax rates abroad, they damn sure still gonna be fucking lower than America shit. Significantly lower. And then if you're saying it's easier to raise it abroad, what the percentage rate is you raising it by? 4%? Oh my God. Google News, you almost got me, nigga. I almost stopped right there and reacted to that shit longer than that. All right, next we got, like I said, oh fuck, it stopped the sharing. My bad, y'all. My bad. We're gonna do this. Let me see what this advanced shit. Portion of screen, computer, PowerPoint, virtual paper. Oh, that's dope. See, I ain't even know all this shit was possible. All right, we going back. My bad, everybody. I'm gonna edit this shit out, and I'm on the wrong fucking screen share. I might definitely have to edit this shit. All right, we back. So the news story just covered was Joe Biden talking about the taxes abroad, and now they talking about G20 climate change summit, Halloween tips, tricks, 5 things to know this weekend. First of all, G20, right? It's not a coincidence that they have the G20 or this G meeting, which I would say they call themselves gods. I don't know what the fuck G mean. Let's see what G means. Let's see what does G mean in the G20? Let's see what G mean. It means group. Why they can't just say group of 20 then? You really think the G and group, you think the G and G20 stand for group? Because they could have just said group of 20. They ain't had to say G20. And with that being said, that's some bullshit already. Group of anti-Trump Republicans behind tiki torches in Virginia campaign. Tiki torches? We're going to move on from that. I don't even know what the fuck Google News trying to make people react to and shit, honestly. Climate change. COVID and energy prices top G20 agenda as world leaders convene. Now, we already know on this side of the Matrix ain't shit news network, that the climate change shit, it is real to a certain extent. Climate change is changing, and we are speeding it up with the bullshit we doing. And unlike the average black person who is quote unquote conspiracy theory spiritual, or whatever you want to call it, I'm a soldier. So fuck all that anyway. I don't think the climate change shit gonna be as smooth as black people trying to make it seem. Let me get this straight. So black people are always like, oh yeah, let the climate change, that shit normal. I agree that the climate change is normal. I understand the poles switching and all that stuff, right? We already know about all that. The pole switching, that's gonna make it hotter, colder, sometimes, whatever. But y'all do understand that the hotter it is, the more water is gonna be fucking scarce, right? Y'all know that? Just cause you think just cause you black that the sun not gonna be hot as fuck because of the bullshit that we're putting in the fucking atmosphere and the bullshit that they're releasing in the ocean every fucking day. Let's move on, because I don't even want to get too deep into that. I just hear crazy people saying crazy shit sometimes, but it's crazy in a funny way. It's not crazy in a, political sad way. Supreme Court Justices Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Barrett side with liberal justices, declined to block Maine's vaccine mandate for health workers with religious objections. I'll fuck with that. Now, y'all need to block the whole fucking mandate itself. Now, that's what's so weird about this, the checks and balances, state versus federal, judge, like the Supreme Court justice. If you really think about it, the people with the most power in the whole country in reality are judges. They are Supreme Court judges. And the fact that we even consider this to be checks and balances still is bullshit. In a country like we live in today, where most people know that politicians ain't shit, they still trust the justice system. They still trust judges. They still trust that God sent a judge down here to have better goddamn wherewithal of consciousness of what is good and bad, because they've studied the history of it. That's some bullshit, and y'all still believe it. But somehow that's how they do it. They'll balance it out. Okay, we'll do the right thing. We'll do part of the right thing, so that when we actually allow people to still do corrupt stuff in this country, you'll still look back and say, oh my God, these conservative Supreme Court judges, they did stop the Maine from blocking the vaccine mandate for health workers with religious objections. So if you just a fucking atheist and you say this vaccine ain't got no scientific evidence and I refuse to put it in my body because my body is the most advanced thing on this planet, and that's what I call spiritual, whatever, you still got to take that vaccine. You're gonna lose your job, nigga. You ain't gonna get you ain't gonna get no check. You ain't gonna get no money. And guess what? Fuck all that anyway. This is proof that we need to move away from capitalism, the fake dollar shit, the Federal Reserve, the fake bullshit that's going on. Come on, bro. Y'all seen Wizard of Oz. Y'all seen Wizard of Oz in this motherfucker. So with that being said, I'm gonna read about 2 more. Oh, never mind. They're gonna go to the For You right now anyway. That's the top stories right now. Okay. What else is a top story? What else is a top story? I ain't even see this stuff on the side over here. But we're gonna look into that a little bit later, probably. Call logs, speech drafts among records Trump is trying to block from January 6th investigators. They still talking about the insurrection. That's the top stories according to Google. Out of all the shit going on in the world, these are the top stories. Some shit about Joe Biden, some shit about Donald Trump trying to block the January 6th investigators. He has no power to do that. If you really wanted the fucking files, you would have it already. We know this. We know the partisan, the bipartisan, the partisan, different party shit is bullshit. Y'all keep putting these badass, terrible actors up there to convince us that this movie is real. We know this is Love and Hip Hop. We know this is wrestling. Let us, bruh, if y'all gonna keep trying to do this shit, y'all need to do this shit over and give us some new characters. Give us a script where y'all keep the same bullshit, because I know y'all ain't got too much credit. Y'all keep the same bullshit and y'all actually make it more interesting. Don't do the alien shit. We already know that shit gonna be fake. Don't do the virus shit no more. We already know that's bullshit. Make up some new shit that's not gonna get people scared, but that's actually gonna get people happy and addicted. Kind of like how y'all did with the opioid crisis. You know what I mean? That was a good, you feel me? Shock test to see if y'all gonna be able to get away with the shit y'all planning in the future. That was a good one right there with the opioid test. That shit lasted over 20 years before people realized it. People realized the terrorism shit immediately. People realized the virus ain't shit. The virus ain't, real to a certain extent. And when I say the virus, I'm talking about the movie The Virus. They said that shit wasn't real. Now, but that opioid shit, that shit took decades for people to figure out. For people to respect it on a mass level like how they doing. But now we on the For You part. You feel me? This is where it get interesting, because these are the topics that I actually like. When I go scrolling on Google News, this is what I like. This is what the topics I like. You feel me? Y'all gonna see a type of information I like to get in my mind when I first wake up after I do shit that don't got nothing to do with the phone, honestly. But yeah. Okay. Ethereum is more than 1,000% since 2020. Here's how much you'd have if you invested $1,000 a year ago. Now, this is good propaganda, because I don't like how CNBC be doing shit like that. Ethereum is up 1,000%, and telling people how much they would have made if they invested $1,000 a year ago is bullshit, though. Tell these people what the fuck Ethereum really is. Tell these people how it works. Tell these people how they can actually invest money into this shit long term. Tell these people how they can become a part of the governance of Ethereum, or even find a fucking token where they can find a token where Ethereum platform is used to make a governance system or a governance token. Either way, this article right here, I had it on Ethereum, so that makes sense. Zan, go sit down, bro. You see I'm in here doing something. That's rude. God damn. But yeah, where I was at, what else? Next Assassin's Creed games gets first info. PlayStation goes full PC and more. Now, I never was into Assassin's Creed, but I know people who was. And I like the overall I like the overall theme of the game. I like the overall storyline of the game. But I don't know why I can never get into it, but that's what's up. They go, they releasing information about it and shit. Y'all go check that out if y'all into Assassin's Creed. You feel me? Happy National Cat Day! What the fuck is National Cat Day? That was yesterday though. I'm late as hell. Damn. There's a new dating app for cat forward lifestyle. They got a dating app for people who got cats? Niggas is getting sad out here. Niggas is getting desperate. You feel me? Asian spider takes hold in Georgia, sends humans scurrying. Whoa, I think I seen this spider right here when I was hiking. I thought it was already native to Georgia though. I could have sworn I seen this previous summers and springs when I was hiking and shit. This ain't the first time I've seen this year, right? Let me see what they talking about. I'm gonna skim through this article right quick. Asian spider takes hold in Georgia, sending humans scurrying. A large spider, native to East Asia, has spun its thick golden web on power lines, porches, and vegetable patches all over North Georgia this year. I seen that shit in South Georgia too, though. In Metro Atlanta, Jennifer Turpin, a self-described arachnophobe, stopped blowing leaves in her yard, inadvertently walking into a web, created by the Joro spider. I want to see what it looked like. Let me see what it looked like. Damn, is that what I seen this year? I can't remember, but I know the body shape of it is similar as hell. It's not clear exactly how and when the Joro spider arrived in the U.S. and Georgia. A researcher identified about 80 miles, 128 kilometers northeast of Atlanta in 2014. They have also been found in South Carolina, and Hudson is convinced they'll spread across the South. It's not clear why they are so abundant this year, though experts agree their numbers have exploded. We see natural ebbs and flows in population of many different species that may conditions, particularly slight changes in rainfall, said Paula Cushing. All right, I understand. Let me see if I find some real interesting shit. The bottom line, there are many unknowns. Most of the Joro spiders are expected to die by late November, but they may return in equally large or even larger numbers next year. Though scientists say even that is hard to predict with any certainty. Is enjoying them for now. He has started a website, jorospider.com, to share his enthusiasm about the spiders and foster understanding of them. While they raise concern and can be creepy, they can also be beautiful. I agree, but I was creeped out as a motherfucker when I seen that shit. When I seen like 30 of these, like I'm hiking and I'm seeing them like every tree, every low tree, every goddamn. They was on the ground. They had webs. Some of them had webs like on the ground almost. Bruh, these Joro spiders, that's what's up. Let's migrate in this motherfucker. If they migrate, we can migrate too. Let me go to For You. They tripping. They trying to take me to U.S. news. I don't care about that shit. Missed out from Bitcoin and Ethereum. Here's what to buy now. Shiba Inu, ICU, Internet Computer. Internet Computer. I forgot what ICU stand for. ICP. What else am I fucking with right now? It's hella ones. They got new shit on Coinbase almost every fucking month. Invest your money into Coinbase stocks. Invest your money into Coinbase stocks. Remember when everyone was convinced GTA San Andreas was full of creepy secrets? I don't remember that, but I know it's full of creepy secrets because they still haven't dropped the newest fucking GTA. Lent's new vegan chocolate bar replaces dairy with oats. Hey, shout out. Hey, round of applause. Vegans turning up in this bitch. I might try that out now. Appreciate y'all. Three zodiac signs who would have man. Fuck that. Panther and Rottweiler become best friends after woman rescues wild cat from zoo. Aww. That panther gonna eat that motherfucking dog up if it try anything, my nigga. Don't even look at the. Don't even turn your back on the Panther, my nigga. Trump, not even believable that Biden administration considered 450,000 for families separated at the border. Nigga, why is that even not? Why is that not believable? First of all, money is bullshit. Money is fake. Money is printed. Money is a number. And numbers are infinite as long as you got a creativity to make it simple for them motherfuckers. So why is it not believable? Why is it not believable that your administration, the Barack Obama administration, and the George Bush administration can... But yeah, and that's just unbelievable that they think it's unbelievable. Shit, that's just insane, honestly. I gotta get back focused though right quick. I had to go fix my son something to eat right quick. Okay. Besides the Trump shit, we're gonna move on to the next thing. Republicans are pretty darn bored as Democrats squabble over the social spending bill. Social spending bill? Let's see. We asked them what it's like. Okay, Politico, I think Politico actually just got bought out by like some new billionaire, and it's like immediately, I mean, even before that, they articles were bullshit mostly. But for them to make a whole fucking story, I was gonna click it because I'm like, what the fuck is a social spending bill? But I'm better off going after I do this video and Googling the social spending bill myself before I go to this article and have them talk about what the fuck is like for Republicans to be bored. Come on, bro. Come on, Politico. Y'all ain't shit. What they talking about? What they talking about for the chemical fingerprints of molecules? Imaging the chemical fingerprints of molecules. Physics.org. That's interesting. Imaging of chemical fingerprints of molecules. That's what's up. I know electron microscopes and stuff like that has really gave a lot of introspection, a lot of inside knowledge about the molecular world overall. So the more we can get, the more sharp we can get with that, and the more we can share that information and technology and the information with people, because you should be sharing the technology at the same rate that you're sharing the information that you're getting from the technology, so that other people who are interested and who are interested in learning and trying and experimenting with the fucking molecular world could also do it. With that being said, Atlanta news. All right, we good. I think that's it for today. Let me see what they talking about for the stuff I follow. Oh wait, never mind. That's it. I guess. I'm gonna go to health right quick too, because I love fuck the local news shit. Let's see what they talking about with health before we head out of here. You know, I love science. I love health. I love technology. I love all that shit. But yeah, let's see what's going on. We're gonna look at a couple articles. The latest articles for health. Cheap antidepressant shows promise. Virus can infect inner ear. Now that's obvious. Now a lot of people don't even gonna understand why the virus affects the inner ear, simply because they don't understand the pressure of the body and the lungs and the respiratory system. But with that being said, cheap antidepressant shows promise. Cheap? Why they gotta say cheap? Because I mean, I understand that. Never mind. I know why they're saying cheap. Because the fucking pharmaceutical industry is all about money, and then whenever something cheap comes out, they actually feel threatened by that. So I kind of feel like that's a derogatory term by Yahoo News. First of all, I forgot Yahoo News even fucking had. I forgot Yahoo even existed. So, antidepressant drug fluvomine could reduce COVID-19 hospitalizations. Could. Now they'll say something about this, but they won't say shit about ivermectin. And I don't really even know anything about ivermectin myself. I do love health. I do love studying medicine. I'm starting to get more adept with that. I'm taking courses for it right now. But with that being said, I don't know enough to be saying right here. Basically, overall, I'm gonna tell you, anything that they tell you for COVID-19 is bullshit. Like before this, when did they? And when I say COVID-19, 90 lean, fuck, I gotta edit it. Shit, I just gotta edit it out at this one, I guess. Shit. But yeah, anything they tell you about that, I'm reading the article, so that's why I said it. New studies suggest. I feel like anything they suggest for that situation with the video, COVID-video, yeah, I think it's bullshit. You know, I think it's bullshit. Cause think about the flu. When did they just start giving people pills for the flu? Maybe they did. Maybe they did have pills for it. But we know that laxine for the flu was shitty. You already had to get that every year, my nigga. So don't be surprised when they tell you got to get this shit every fucking year, every 3 months or something like that. Even if it's a pill, it's easier for you to take it. You can do it yourself and you'll feel, I put this in my body. I trust it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, 36 new COVID cases in Tomaline, 74 new cases in. Bruh, we don't get, bruh. If this all the health shit gonna be about, I'm just gonna not read it for the future segments. For the future segment versions of the Matrix news. I mean, the Matrix ain't shit news. Tell us if e-cigarettes have helped you quit smoking. No, they haven't. You're still smoking something, nigga. What the fuck? Smoking wasn't the problem. It was the shit y'all was putting inside of the cigarettes. Y'all really be trying us. It's our fault. We smoke too much. Most of the world smokes. You get what I'm saying? But we smoke too much. We got lung cancer because we smoke too much. Not because y'all put shit that causes cancer in the fucking cigarettes. I can go smoke anything in nature as long as it's not fucking they ain't got no fertilizer or fucking pesticides on it. Probably will never get lung cancer. But as soon as I put the shit that y'all was putting inside of that shit, I bet I do. It ain't about quitting smoking. It's about y'all quitting the fucking profit motive that really is killing people. CDC says people with mental health Okay. Now they talking about hepatitis A. Third death linked to Roanoke hepatitis A outbreak. 3 deaths now linked to hepatitis A outbreak at famous Anthony's restaurant. Y'all need to make that shit unfamous then if it's spreading hepatitis. Fucking me. Scientists say how the tau protein leads to Alzheimer's progression in the brain and are now closer to a cure. Scientists saw how the tau protein, I gotta look that up. What's the TAU protein? Let's see what type of amino acids they got inside of this bitch. I'm gonna read this article, probably to read one more, then that's gonna be it. Okay. Daily Beast. That's interesting. New insight shows how the disease progress in the brain, setting up new rates for therapies. In 2020, 5.8 Americans were suffering from Alzheimer's. Okay. That number is expected to balloon to 14 million by 2060. Why? A cure for those people has long remained elusive. I want to say exclusive, but I know it's elusive. But I think it's exclusive. But that might soon change. That might change sooner than we think, thanks to a new study illustrating how Alzheimer associated proteins accumulate in the brain. The finding, published Friday in Science Advances, armed researchers with novel insights into how the disease progresses and could lead to new idea for more effective treatments. My bad, I'm reading slow like that because I got this fucking light beaming in my eye. So Alzheimer is a disease defined by misbehaving proteins. See, I'm gonna be real. That's interesting. I ain't even know that myself. Alzheimer's is a disease defined by misbehaving proteins. According to Tomas Knowles, a researcher at the University of Cambridge and a co-senior author of the new study, one of these proteins is called tau. In Alzheimer's disease, tau starts to misbehave, forming clumps inside brain cells, interfering with the ability to communicate with one another. Of course. Reducing it, let me see. Misbehaving. Okay, they said misbehaving protein. How is it misbehaving though? I understand an effective in misbehaving is it causing, clumps inside of the brain cell, but how? Let's see if they're gonna go into that deeper. Reducing the acclimation of the tau clumps might be one way to fight Alzheimer's disease, but first scientists had to figure out how the accumulation is happening. Knowles told the Daily Beast there are two main processes at work in a tau takeover in the brain. One process involves tau clumps spreading from one part of the brain to another. The other process involves tau replication, the clumps growing and multiplying in place. A disease can only move as fast as its slowest step allows, also called the rate limiting step. So Alzheimer's researchers are deeply interested in finding out which of these processes that govern tau's progressing through the brain is slower. If you want to intervene therapeutically, you have much more effect if you pick the rate limiting step. A lot of research has focused on how to stop the tau clumps from spreading, but according to the new study, this might not be an effective way to treat the disease. Obviously not, because it's a fucking protein. That's kind of stupid to try to stop a protein. But hey, once again, I'm still learning this shit. So maybe they're gonna say something that's gonna make that sound unstupid to me because I'm so, I'm at a intermediate level with this shit. The researchers found that by the middle and later stages of the disease, tau replication is actually a much more important factor than tau spreading. Brian Kramer, a professor at the University of Washington who was not involved in the study, told the Daily Beast that the approach used in this study is a new idea for the field. I think it could tell us some important things that we don't really understand very well about how taupathies, neurodegenerative diseases involving tau, progress. I think it is pretty cool. For the first time, the researchers were also able to determine an average for how fast this replication is happening in humans using data from oh shit, y'all still here? My bad. For the first time, researchers were also able to determine an average for how fast this replication is happening in humans using data from the postmortem brain tissue, as well as brain scans from living Alzheimer's patients. The researchers found that the average replication time is about 5 years. This rate is orders. This rate is orders of the magnitude slower than the rate observed in experiments in test tubes in mice. In a field that has often struggled with translating research from animals to humans, dozens of drugs have reversed Alzheimer's symptoms in mice, while none have been able to accomplish this in humans because the mice brain is fucking so much smaller than ours. And bruh, I don't have to say this stuff. I have to say it because people. Okay, I'm gonna say it. The rat's brain is so much smaller than ours. So why the fuck would a medicine working for a rat work for a human mind, which is like, even though we still got the same, even though we got similar DNA and similar, like, maybe organ proportion sizes and shit, proportionate sizes, but relatively, you still can't fucking compare a human brain to a mice brain. Stop that shit. Have reversed Alzheimer's symptoms in mice while none have been able to accomplish this in humans. This finding underscored the importance of studying disease processes in actual patients. The slow tau replication rate in humans. The slow tau replication rate in humans is also good news on its own. What it tells us is the environment in the brain has evolved to almost completely keep this process under control. Now, they didn't really give me the details that I was wanting, and I don't really. Let me see if it's towards the end. Nah. Let me see what they say. Knows look forward to future research using molecular level tools to answer larger scale questions about neurodegenerative diseases. Why haven't they been doing that? I know they just got certain breakthroughs in electron microscopy, whatever, however you say that shit. But still, y'all should have been doing that. We're really keen to bring our insights and tools as chemists where we can actually deal with molecular level phenomenon. But now actually being able to do this in a real person with real patient data, I think is incredibly exciting. Now, that's the part of all this shit where I feel like it's creepy. I mean, I love science, I love understanding, and of course sometimes people have to go through pain for certain people to understand it, but it's just creepy. It's just still creepy to me how a lot of these researchers and doctors and chemists and scientists, they get so excited about this stuff. Like, and then in a way, it's like that kind of stops the actual solution from being made because you are the person who should have the authority on this, but you're listening. We're waiting for money to come in. We're waiting for research efforts to come in. We're doing all this bullshit going around in circles instead of just actually solving most of these either preventable or curable diseases and pathologies, basically. But we don't want to do that. We want to keep studying it so we can figure out shit that we're not going to tell the public what we're figuring out. We only want to tell you the part what we're figuring out about the Alzheimer's. Anyway, act fast to treat a stroke. What? 2 for 1. Okay. This is mostly about the laxine from here on out. And that's why I'm just going to say this has been the Matrix Ain't Shit News Network, brought to you by CGT Soldier. Y'all go like, y'all go subscribe, and please, 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 please keep your ass out the fucking Matrix. Peace.